Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Israel Update. I'm happy, very happy as always to have Dubi with me. Dubs, Shalom.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Christy. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
So obviously, Dubs, we're leading up to the next kind of big, I guess, holiday celebration is Pesach. It's still a difficult time because there's so many hostages still in prison. There's so much chaos going on. But we saw something pretty crazy happen in the last week. Dubs, we were just talking about it before we started recording. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's the first time I can ever remember seeing Palestinian people protest Hamas. Unless I'm mistaken, I
Well,
think it's the
no,
first
no,
time.
no, definitely on that scale.
Yes.
Definitely on that scale. I mean, during the war in Gaza, there were several cases when they interviewed local people,
Mm.
which been brave enough to speak up against
Yeah.
Hamas, and some of them disappeared since then, and it's
That's
terrible.
the problem.
But yeah, but I want to relate to what you were saying just a second ago, and obviously also the way you expressed the word Pesach like an Israeli.
Yes.
Beautiful, I love it. And yeah, and all laughter aside, I can say, but it's the second Passover, the second Pesach that our hostages are going to pass in the tunnels of Hamas, which is terrible. It's just terrible. It's unbelievable, unprecedented to have a situation like this going on for so many people. And we all know what Pesach means. Pesach is the ultimate holiday of freedom. It's
Yes.
when God redeemed us from slavery, from the torture, from these atrocities that the enemies of Israel were committing against us, and our people are going to be there. And then connected to what you were speaking about, Pesach is the ultimate holiday of freedom, and we are
Yes.
seeing movements of freedom starting to be
Yes.
being built in Gaza amongst the locals. And more of the Gazans, and I'm sure that you're going to show them some
Yes.
footage
Yes.
of
Definitely.
of yeah of the Palestinians marching in the streets in protest, men with children amongst them walking in the streets and protesting, chanting and shouting that Hamas is a terror organization.
Yes.
And they not only terrorize Israel, they terrorize their own people. We were always saying it
Yes, they
repeatedly,
do.
and even ever since Kim was alive amongst us, he said that the Hamasnik holds his own people hostages in their own hands. And
Yes.
now we're starting to see more and more people back there in Gaza waking up to the horrors of the fact that they are hostages, human shields in the hands of Hamas, which prevent them from any kind of development, any kinds of benefits, any kinds of normal real life. And I hope, and this is the prayer amongst a lot of Israelis and talkbacks and people, they are saying, please, God, make sure that this movement will grow and
Yes.
more people will take courage to walk down in the streets of Gaza and
Mm.
say to Hamas, enough,
We've had
enough
enough.
is enough. And
Yeah.
and that's a wonderful news for anyone who cares about democracy and freedom.
Absolutely. And I think, like you're saying, Debs, Pesach, it's the celebration of liberation from oppression. It's the celebration, it's the reminder of what God is able to do for his people, to take them out of slavery that was stronger than anything and bring them out and take them into freedom, take them into the promised land. And the fact that we're now seeing Jews in modern day times living yet again being slaves of an enemy of Israel. And now we're going into the second Passover already, where some people are still enslaved. For everybody out there, I mean, for us, time goes by, life carries on. But for the families of these victims, for every person in Israel, for every Jew around the world, it's something for us to remember, to hold in our hearts, and for us to continually pray. It's easy to forget. There's a reason that God constantly tells us to remember his core, remember. There's a reason that that word is associated with the Holocaust, because we as humans forget. We tend to forget so quickly. And the reality is we're living in 2025 right now, and there are Jews, innocent Jews who are in captive, they are enslaved, and the world is watching. And so we're praying, we're trusting God for a miracle to take place, just like in Pesach when it first happened, a miracle
And
to take
that's
place.
true. That's true. And that's there's a lot of symbolism in what's happening right now because Pesach we all remember, first of all, remember, that's the message of Pesach, is Ve'igad talebincha, that every father is committed to sit in the Seder and tell their children what happened, just so they would remember. But we have to also remember the symbolism of the fact that our captives are now in Gaza, which was Egypt. Pre-1967, it's Egypt.
It's Egypt.
And Israel, the people of Israel, the children of Israel, were not freed alone. They were surrounded with Gentiles, Erev Rav. And that's the movement that we're seeing amongst the locals now in Gaza, that some of the Erev Rav, Arabs, Erev Rav, some of these Gentiles, the aliens, the people that are amongst the camp of Israel who also flee out of the Egyptian hands and the pharaohs, are joined together, maybe in the symbolism of this Passover, to get out of Egypt. You know, before 1967 and until today, Egypt is the only access for the Gazans to come in and out. I mean, Israel gave them an opportunity to come and work and find some life here in Israel, but they used it or abused it in order to attack us. And now it's the linkage between Egypt and Gaza is rebuilt again for the people to understand that the history repeats itself. And unfortunately, there's labor pains when it's going to be rebirthed, the freedom of Israel. But I feel a lot of symbolism going on by the fact that we will be released out of this mental slavery connected to Gaza and Egypt.
Yes, I love that. I love what you said there, Dubes. And for everybody out there, remember what it is that God has done. And I pray that you would remember Israel, you would remember the Jews everywhere that you go, every moment of the day. There's reasons that I've tattooed these things on myself. There's reasons that I buy shirts that have got Magen David's on them. There's reasons for all of these things. And it's because I want it to always be in front of me. And so for everybody out there, I'm encouraging you to do the same. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the miracle of Pesach to be made manifest in today's day and age, that we would see the hostages returned. And so from Dubi and I both, we say Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. Thank you. And we'll see you next week, Friday.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Hello, friends. I'm Donna Clement Petrushka, and I am honored to invite you to something truly extraordinary, the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Now you can gain unprecedented access to my father's entire digitized video archive. Every prophetic moment, every powerful teaching, every anointed worship session is now available to you in the Prophecy Vault. Plus, I'm excited to share that my dad's special School of the Prophets teachings are included, offering you deep, transformative lessons on hearing God's voice and understanding his revelations. Your partnership is crucial. Not only will you gain access to these incredible resources, but you'll also help us continue the vital work of preserving, digitizing, and adding new Kim Clement material to the archives. I'm inviting you to step into the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Let's embark on this journey of revelation together, and I can't wait to see you inside.
Faith is either moving forward or it's backward. It's never static. We're always on the move. We're always moving forward in God.
I think so often all of us can think that being peaceful or being still does mean that you're in a place of passivity, but I think it's the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Standing still doesn't mean that you're standing and waiting. Standing still to me means this, is that God has activated something in you. And what you have to do is you have to continue to move forward toward that God has done for you.
Watch now at real-faith.tv.
You're still looking good.
I'm still feeling good. You know, I've got all your MyPillow products. Mattress topper, bed sheets, MyPillows, towels, slippers, blankets.
I'm interrupting this commercial to do something I've never done before. Get 2 MyPillows absolutely free on orders of $100 or more. I can't do this forever, so get on board with this great sale today. Our best-selling 6-piece bath towel sets or kitchen towel sets, just $29.98. Our famous standard MyPillows only $14.98. Queens $18.98. King size only $1 more. Body pillows $29.98. Multi-use MyPillow 2.0s with pillowcase $9.98. Save $40 on our Spring Percale and Giza Dream bed sheet sets. Any size, any color. So go to MyPillow.com or call that number on your screen. Use your promo code to save up to 80% on all MyPillow products. And when you spend $100 or more, get 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.